Good morning. There we go again. I forgot that one thing. Let me plug this in. Oh, it's always one thing. I've had everything set up and ready to go. And we got an echo coming from the phone. So it's taking. Okay. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. On this 12.16.2024, current time is 5:47 a.m. Eastern Time. Here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on Rumble Studios, as well as at Fireman Rich over there on X, where we're live streaming on that's one of 5 platforms. Good morning, Tina. Tina, our Jersey girl, is here. And she's saying, just got up, getting myself together. Well, I've been up for about a little over an hour or so. Probably about an hour and a half. I've been laying out on the couch here, looking at some emails and stuff like that as far as getting the day today. It's a new week. It's a Monday. Here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside, like I said, and we're glad to have you here, Tina. Hope you had a good weekend. I hope you took care of your the thing that you had to take care of there. You were telling us about. So I don't want to go into detail. I don't like going into personal things and stuff, but appreciate you just letting us know how you're doing and stuff like that. So you're here, so. That's good. Starting a little early. I could have started 15 minutes ago, but I just sort of got up early, just sort of lollygagging. I went to bed early last night. I did not watch the football game last night. Me and the missus, we caught up on our shows. We had one more show to catch up, Elsbeth. It's a CBS show that's on, and it's a season ender. And it's a cliffhanger. It's just like she's got a new nemesis now, as far as to contend with, and it's interesting. I don't want to go into detail. It's hard to explain. Just watch a clip of it on YouTube or something like that, and you'll get the gist of it and stuff. It's a very entertaining detective type show on Thursdays, and we watched that with Matlock, not the old Matlock. This is new, Maddie Matlock. She's trying to find out who. In this law firm and stuff. That's another one good. I forget the actress there. She's a renowned actress. And then, of course, we watch Ghost and Life After Sheldon or something like that. Is the brother of Sheldon has his own show and stuff, and that's okay. It's like an older or newer version of Lucy Arnaz and Desi Arnaz. Lucille Ball and Desi Arnaz. Ghost is good. Ghost is funnier than so. Thursday night lineup. It's like I have the Thursday night football on here, but I'm in the dining room or I'm in the living room watching our setup. So on commercials, I come out to see what the score is. I also have it on the phone as far as that goes. But we're getting our day started. I do have the morning coffee, which is tasting really good this morning. So we have a good start, a hashtag positive start to the day, hashtag PSTTD, because that's what it's all about. Start off on a positive foot. So when the crap hits the fan later today, you got that positivity that can absorb that to a certain degree and stuff, because, we're always going to get shit thrown at us as far as that goes. And, we try not to throw shit if we don't have to. It's not worth it in the end. It's just some of the comments I've seen on my Twitter feed and stuff like that. I just shake my head. It's like, but it's interesting, very interesting as far as human character and how people look. All I got to say is those people that the people that rag on X, and they don't, it's obvious they don't want to be there, but then they come back to complain even more. I just shake my head, and these are intelligent people. These are people that I had high regards and respect for. I wish them the best. But, go rag over there on Blue Skies, okay? Because it's just laughable. It's laughable. These people that leave and then they come back after 2 or 3 months, and they say that they're calling people dumb and stuff like that. You're dumb by coming back here. And these are people that live overseas that have no clue what the F is going on here in the United States. And in the little window, just like me, I'm in my little window as far as what's going on over. So I should, I could be the same, I guess. But it just amazed me. I wake up to see this, somebody that hasn't been on Twitter in like 4 or 5 months and comes back, and it's just like, I think it's just to get the message across, like people like me that don't really, you know, they're over on Blue Skies and Instagram threads, and it's like I don't care anymore. It's just like I wish you a great life and stuff like that, but people, you're not the smartest, you're not the sharpest tool in the shed there, as the saying goes. Okay, and I'm not either, to be honest with you. I'll admit that I am not either. But and we got just the crap that pops up in the line there on the daily basis from the people from the various news outlets and stuff, and the pretend news here on the what's that, the View. They should shut that play. They should shut that show down. That show. The only reason that show is still going is because people like to watch a train wreck. And all those ladies, I wish them the best. And some of them I really liked back in the day, but man, they're shrill. It's like, give me a break. Get a little positive. It's just like some of the. It's just like the Harris campaign. Oh, we got to have joy. I don't think there was any joy in that. It's becoming apparent there was no joy. So I'm just calling it for what it is. It's like give me a freaking break, folks, and stuff. So but I wish everybody the best. Okay. There we go. I'll send you the love. And stuff. But man, it's just laughable now. And I could say that because since was it last week I ended up saying on Friday's show, I believe, that we went to the warehouse big box place, BJ's, after we went to lunch at Beer Tree, where I met somebody that I hadn't seen in a while. Real good kid. This guy is tops. I worked with him. He did a good job for me. He was always, he was, well, no, he was on the other shift. Yeah, he was on he was on I think he was on the swing shift. He was a great kid. Great kid. He would fill in sometimes and stuff. And he never complained. He would have his opinion and stuff like that. But he was one of those. He's a Marine too. He's an ex-Marine. So my kid brother would love this guy. As far as but last Friday when we were at the BJ's, the warehouse place, I watched two people there, and they're both retired. We worked at the same place. And the husband, he's somebody I came in contact. Good morning, Laura, coming in from Norway. Glad to have you here. But the gentleman there, I knew him for a number of years and worked with them on various accommodated certain things, just facilitated some on projects with them and stuff like that. And very smart guy. And he retired early. Well, not early. I think he's older than me. He retired, I think, at 65. But his wife just retired a year ago, and she's a worker. Oh my God, this lady was everywhere, and knew she was a go-to person and stuff. I went. There's things I got jammed up on this or that, and I had to go into boom, like the skies just opened and everything was clear as far as what to do and stuff. But she had a little hard time retired. They're both retired. And I'm retired. I've been retired a year and a half and stuff like that. And maybe it's easier for them. Now, Mrs. is retired. She retired early at 62. I retired at 65, which is a year and a half ago. And I should have retired at 62, knowing what I know now and stuff like that. As far as that goes. Well, I don't know. 60. I still wanted to work. So, but we got talking about retirement. She said she had a hard time retiring because she's a workaholic. It's just and the work she did, spot on. Nobody could question her on. It's just always good. What's this campaign? We got a campaign. We can't do a campaign. Oh, we got to get 13 people. We got 14 people. Can we do this campaign? Oh, you know what? We need 13 people on Rumble. We got a total of 13 people here. 6 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals. We have 6 people over on Twitch. Thank you very much. Holy crap. We're coming out of the woodwork here on a Monday. How many people we have on X? Let's see. We got a notification. Oh, he liked my PUBG partner liked I'm going to talk about PUBG here and finish about the retirement thing here. I'm just looking real quick at the X Live here, folks. Oh, we got 1 person on X Live. Okay, so there. Thank you very much for the view. So we got 7 people on Rumble. Keep on going, Rumble. We need 13. Let's see. I could do a. This is a kids. Oh, I don't know if I want to do that one. Well, we'll see. If we'll see. I got a little red green light that says. Oh, it went down to 5, so screw it. But anyway, the gentleman said he's doing great. He was asking me how I was doing. I said, the really big thing is, since I've retired a year and a half ago, I am so much more relaxed. I am enjoying every day. Knock on wood. There's some things that have popped up, some issues, but that's life. You're going to get some things that you take care of them, and you keep them in perspective. As far as that goes, you keep the good people involved in your life, or you're involved in, you're trying to be too involved in other people's lives, but you have good connections and associations, and I have that here on this live streaming, in addition to my real life and stuff. And this is part of my real life too, I guess, because I've been doing it for several years now. But I'm relaxed, and the guy's wife there says she's sort of getting used to it. So I guess the bottom line, there's some people that it took me I was a little iffy, I guess, first 6 months to almost a year, because for me it was a big, okay, we're going to be out. We're doing good. We're doing good. And now if I win that Mega Millions and stuff, which I got to check the ticket. No, that's tomorrow. Is that tomorrow night? And nobody won it the last week, so it's up to like 600 million or something like that. Usually when it gets up to 500-600 million, I buy a ticket stuff, because yesterday got up early, went up to the local store there, as far as to get a Petty Saver. That's an actual newspaper, a weekly publication. I got 2 in the store. I ended up getting 2 red velvet muffins too. It's like they were good. They were just a little bit. They were a little bit. I don't want to say stale, because it was just any baked goods that sit for a while. They weren't freshly baked or whatever, but it was still good. The missus got one. The ones she bought 2 weeks ago, they were fresh. Man, they were good. They didn't come right out of the oven and stuff like that, but they were fresh. But so I would just say retirement is good for me, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying, and it gives me an opportunity to do this gig, which I really, really like. This is fun. This is fun to do, and as far as being on other people's broadcasts, like was on Tony D's broadcast yesterday for Bell Kings Fantasy Football, and it's always good with our good friend Michael Bathurst from Toronto. It's Tony's 3rd year for that broadcast. And it's more of it's a successful broadcast. I enjoy it. I'm already set up. I'm set up. Yesterday I was set up like 20 minutes before he sends me the link to come into the broadcast, as far as talking about things. And I don't know what the frick I was going to talk about either, but it's a fun fly by the seat of the pants talking about football, because both I'm sort of the non-intelligent football individual. Even though I grew up watching football and stuff like that, I don't get really into the players and stuff, but I like stats, so I have a couple pages there I look at for stats, so I use those stats for the show, and it works out quite well. We have a good mix there, and then doing this broadcast here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and with the audio on Tuesdays and Thursdays and stuff like that. But I hope everybody did have a good weekend. I did. When I look back, it's a good weekend. Didn't do much. We got some snow this morning. We do got some snow. There's about 2 inches. I think 1.5 to 2 inches out there, which means at higher altitude, they ended up getting. Went down a degree. Wow, it went down a degree. It did that. It's been doing that a lot. Started out at a certain temperature. Now we're above freezing, just barely, here in the southern tier of upstate New York. But the weekend, I did a couple. I did something new. I uploaded Saturday a replay of a PUBG Mobile. I haven't really been doing that much gaming online, so Saturday I ended up recording and downloading. Well, I download recording from PUBG Battlegrounds some previous plays, and this first one on Saturday, it's over there on X, or over there on X at Fireman Rich. The first one is me and the partner that I've been playing duels on PUBG Mobile. We'll probably be playing this later this afternoon. He's over there in the UK. Really good player. Really, really good player. It's just fun watching him and stuff. But I ended up getting, I guess in that one Saturday, what did I call it? I called it, let me go to it here on my Twitter page. What the hell did I call it? I got all those football game postings last night. Good football game yesterday. Let's see. The first one was, what did I call it? You kill my partner, I kill you. And I have to laugh at that one because what that entailed was the fact that my partner got killed. So you can get you go to the person's crate, you get their chip, and then you go to this revives generator. It's like a generator, but it revives the person. You put their chip, you press the button to enter the chip. And then they get revived and they parachute back down. Well, my partner revived and he's coming back, and then I'm running towards him. He gets killed again. But when he died the first time, I ended up killing the guy through the barn door. And I think I ended up getting, I don't think that guy killed him. I think that was a partner that he killed on the other side, but he ended up he died. And so I'm rescuing him in a sense. So I rescue him. So I'm going to the point where he dropped down, and then he's right outside this building, this big, I guess it's a library, train station, or whatever, the entrance, and he gets shot. And I see him go down, and so I come up on the side of the thing, and I can see him, and they can hear he's giving me some place. Oh, I hear him. He's crawling they're crawling over in the other room. So I go through the door, and they're right there in the corner. And I just let loose with my Tommy gun. Boom, 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 boom. They're gone. Now the one Sunday I posted up. These are games from last week I played. The one Sunday, yesterday morning, I posted up. That's a fun one because they're both 20 minutes, so they're not that long. But the one that posted up yesterday, it's a PUBG Battlegrounds game replay, a second place finish with 6 KIAs. I ended up taking out 6 guys. The first 2 are right at the same time. I mean, it's like almost like 10 minutes into the broadcast. I'm going around, I'm scoping out various areas. And then I go back to where across the street, and I start hearing these guys coming around the corner. Now, in the replay, you can see the little tags of where all these other people are at. You don't see those in the regular game. So it's interesting how close you are actually to the people. So they're coming around the corner. So I got my Tommy gun again. I love the Tommy gun, the 9mm Tommy gun. And so they're coming around the corner, and then the one comes, and I just let loose with a burst, and he goes down. The other guy is right behind him, and I just move over and I continue the burst onto him, and they're both down. And then I ended up getting a couple more people on the rest of it. Oh, I got to go back to the comments here. Let's see. I'm just jawing my ass off here. Laura's in the house. Tina saying hi to Laura, and Tina says, I'll go to Rumble. Okay, you're on Rumble, Tina. Okay. And Laura saying good morning to Tina. And we're going to get to the weather. And Tony D, salute to you, my friend. Hashtag positive start to the day. Tony D says good morning to the missus. There you go, Tony. Good, my good friend Tony D, who was on his broadcast yesterday. And Tony saying hi to Tina. And Laura saying hi to Tony. Tony saying hi. And there's Tony D. He's and Tina saying good morning to Tony. So everybody's saying. So we got Tina, Laura, and Tony. So I'm enjoying the PUBG Mobile. I did play. I am playing some Lord of the Rings online. They're in the Chris. I gotta post up or else go live with it. They're in the Yuletime Festival. So we're at Frostbite. That's an area where you do all these Christmassy type. It's a Christmas type. It's for me. It's my Christmas online. So I've done this in the past and whatnot. So, but I had a good weekend. Good weekend there as far as we went for a walk Friday. Or did we go for a walk Friday? Yes, we did go for a walk Friday, and we had a good walk. But it's cold. It wasn't windy, but now we got snow outside. Let's see what we got for the weather here. Currently, we got 33 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a half a degree above zero. So we're not freezing, and it wasn't cold, but there's white stuff on the ground here in the southern tier of upstate New York. Is my temperature going to come up on my iPad mini here? Oh, what the hell? I got to put the, let's see, oh, that's right. I don't have it logged onto the internet. What the hell? There's another thing I forgot. Forgot two things this morning. Let's see. Wish you would try PUBG on PC sometimes. I do. That's what I'm talking about. PUBG's Battlegrounds. Who's this? This is yeah, the mobile is the public. Hey, intro cat, you got flagged for that. You had a word in there that's not allowed on Twitch. Okay, just to give you a heads up. But wish you would try PUBG on PC sometimes. I do. That's what I play. That's all I play now. I don't even have PUBG Mobile on my tablet anymore. I don't play that anymore. I've graduated, and that's what I play is PUBG Battlegrounds. And those are, if you look on X, you'll see the two plays that there. It's PUBG Battlegrounds. I do play PUBG Battlegrounds, and but just our first time chatter, intro cat. Hello to you, sir. Be careful on what you say, sir. Okay, you got flagged. That one, your initial thing talking about PUBG Mobile is unfortunately the smaller. That's the word you got flagged. Those keywords. They're not going to fly. Okay. So be careful, please. So just a friendly warning. Your first time chatter here. Glad to have you here. Do you play PUBG Battlegrounds for PC? Intro cat. I'm going to call you Intro cat. I do, sir. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's a fun game. I love it. I play it a lot. It's actually encroaches on my other games that I play because I'm an avid Lord of the Rings game. And Guild Wars. I've been playing those two games for like 17 years now. 17 years for Lord of the Rings, and I've been playing Guild Wars for close to 19 years now. And they're going to be going to 20 and 20 years. And it is a hard game nowadays. Every player left is a try hard. Back when I started, it was more relaxed. Oh, is it? I like it. I have fun on it, and I'm playing playing with another player there, and I'm getting better. I'm not the best because my ping is a little bit high, but I compensate for that with my gameplay. So I'm not getting a chicken dinner or anything like that, but I'm in the top 10 probably 50% of the time, and and I last at least 20 minutes. That's my gauge of being successful on PUBG Mobile. Good morning, Thamer. Good morning, coming in from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you for being here. Let's see, it's 33 degrees here in the southern tier of upstate New York. That's our current temperature. Well, it just went up to 34. What's 34? So it's floating back and forth from 33 to 34. Let's see what we got here. Empathy Entro Cat says, but now I'm optimistic. When it was new, there was a 1 in 3 chance when you got in a car, it would flip in the air and you die. Oh, you used to die in the car? Yeah, that car going around. That doesn't go in the real world. Lore says, I just bought The Lost of Us Part 1 PC. The game is awesome. Single player. Oh, Lord, just to let you know, I did purchase AMA 3. That's a pretty intense game. I'm working on that. So I don't play it I play it along with Ghost Recon. I alternate between the two. And Thamer saying good morning to Lore, and Thamer saying good morning to Tina. So just to let you know, that was a good suggestion. I don't know if I'll be playing. I'm playing single mode right now because there's a lot to that game. A very intense game. Arma 3, yes, it is a cool game. Yes. It is a different beast compared to Ghost Recon, and then even PUBG Battlegrounds. Let's see. So we're 33. Let's see what's the weather here we got. I'm waiting for Delta Force game. Damer says. Oh, okay. I have to put that on Delta Force. Let me put that on the list here. Delta Force. Is that for the Xbox or Thamer, or is that for the PS? I'll check that out here. Let's see. We got cloudy areas. It's cloudy today. Areas of patch. High of 41, so that'll probably melt the snow off that we got. Winds out of the south by southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Sun rising this morning at 7:28. So it's about an hour and 15 minutes. 14 minutes, an hour and 14 minutes. Sun will be rising at 7:28 a.m. and will be setting at 4:36 p.m. And it's PC for now. Oh, okay. It's a PC game. Okay, I'll check that out, Damer. Thank you. Our world times and temperatures as I speak. Seeing I engaged the Wi-Fi for the iPad mini. Is that going to take? Oh, okay, there it is. Starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 1:15 a.m. Clear skies in Honolulu, Hawaii. 73 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 4:15 a.m. It is 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Clear skies also. Chicago, Illinois, the Windy City at 5:15 a.m. Looks like is that rain or snow? It looks like we got probably a mixture. No, it can't be because it's 46 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's rain. Okay, that's a way of looking at it. In New York City, the jungle. Well, you know what? It's raining in New York City, and that's blue, so it's white. So it's like a mix, I guess, in Chicago with 46 degrees Fahrenheit. In New York City, the jungle, 6:16. It's raining, 41 degrees Fahrenheit, and we do have some extras one here. Let's see. Tina says in central Jersey there, it's 44 degrees Fahrenheit, 51 for the high in New Jersey. And Laura says the weather over there in, let's see, southwest Norway. I got to get that right. We got 47 degrees there, and where Laura's at was expecting lower temperatures at this time of year. Well, we got some low temperatures going on right now. So we this weekend it was down in the it was like what 17, 18, and in the low 20s. And then Tony D, he's down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, and he says it's 46 degrees Fahrenheit down there in Warner Robins, Georgia, 69 for the high, 45 for the low, mostly clear skies as far as that goes. And as we go across the pond to Cork, Ireland at 11:17, cloudy skies, 50 degrees Fahrenheit there in Cork. Over in Milan, Italy at 12:17 p.m. Mangia in Milan, Italia. It's lunchtime in Milan. And it's also sunny and clear and 46 degrees Fahrenheit. And let's go to Riyadh. That's where Thamer is at. Thamer, our good friend in Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Sunny and clear there in Riyadh. 63, a cool 63 degrees Fahrenheit there in Riyadh. I think you're enjoying that after all that heat you got for the summer there, Thamer. Thank you. Let's see. Over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 7:18 in their early evening. Clear skies, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Tokyo, Japan at 8:18 p.m. Clear skies in Tokyo, 46 degrees Fahrenheit. And down under on the great continent and great country of Australia, our good and great friends and allies. We appreciate it, Australia. In Melbourne, Australia at 10:18 p.m. Cloudy skies, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Sydney, Australia at 10:18 p.m. in their evening, clear skies, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, next week, I think it's next week. Yeah, next Saturday. Or no, this upcoming Saturday is going to be the first day of winter, I guess. 4 something in the morning. I looked at it over I think it was Friday. So it's summertime. It's becoming summertime in Australia, but wintertime here in the Northern Hemisphere, and the New York State is in the Northern Hemisphere. So they swap as far as that goes. So then those are our world times and temperatures as I speak. Let me see. Oh, we got more comments here. What the hell? Tina saying good morning, Tony. Encho Cat is saying hello, sir. Thank you for being here, Encho Cat. Where are you coming in from, Encho Cat? What part of the world are you from? I'm here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And he says, or this Encho Cat says, wish you would try PUBG. I do try it. Okay, I'm catching. Oh, these are all old. Okay. Let's see. Arma 3, yes. Okay. Thamer. Okay, I already did these comments. Thamer says 65 here. It was 45 this morning, he says. Thamer, that's, Tina, that is cool for Saudi Arabia. And Thamer says, yeah, definitely. It was over 109 degrees. I remember those hot days. You had all the air. What'd you have, like 12 air conditioners? We had what, one? We had 3 going this past summer. There's one summer we had 4. You had 11. Okay, 11. I just like that's a lot of air conditioners. That's a lot of electric too when you think about it. Let's see our thought for the day, our quote and thought for the day. Let's see. And Tina says, "Wow, lots of I that's something I'll always know that Thamer has 11 air conditioners. Only 6 are on now, or only 6 are on. Oh, okay, at a time. Okay. Let's see. Our thought for the day comes from a gentleman. This is probably after Abe Lincoln. This is probably the next person I'd like to sit down and talk to. You know, it's saying if you could sit down and talk with somebody. And that is Mahatma's. I'm not going to try. I'm going to butcher his middle name. Mahatma Gandhi, who was an Indian lawyer, anti-colonial nationalist, and political enthusiast, and who employed nonviolent resistance to lead a successful campaign for the country of India's independence. The movie Gandhi is a great movie. The guy, Captain Picard, the actor that played Captain Picard played Gandhi. He played an excellent. That's a long movie. That's the only movie I've ever been to in my life that had a intermission because it's a long ass movie. A very good movie on Gandhi's life. So Gandhi's quote and our thought for the day this morning goes as follows: You must be the change you wish to see in the world. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. And basically, I changed to be a lot better and kinder person. So that's the change I want to see in the world. And so, what does Gandhi's quote mean? It means that instead of waiting for others to make the world a better place, each one of us, each individual, should take responsibility and actively embody the changes that they want to see through their own actions and behavior. Essentially, lead by example. That's true leadership, also, folks. And my example is I try and be kind and considerate. Even though I disagree adamantly with other folks, I try and be kind and generous to them. Now, if the shit's thrown my way, I'm going to be throwing the shit back. Okay? In a manner of speaking. But overall, I generally try because we all need to be more kinder and less thrill. Laura says electricity prices was $1.30 per kilowatt, gigawatt, or whatever that is, here a few days ago when it was cooler. Unbelievable how they rip us off. Yeah, well, that's our electric isn't that bad here in the States. Though, if you use a lot of electric, they're going to charge you for it. So Gandhi is saying we need to be, you must be the change. You must be, the change. You must be the example if you want to see the world to be a better place. We don't want the world to be a lousy place. We don't want the thugs and the bad people take over. We keep them in check. So we have to lead by example. And we have many examples. And Gandhi is an example right there. If you're going to protest, do it non-violently, because violence doesn't get you anywhere. It just brings about more violence, and it hurts a lot more people than what it should. So I'm always an advocate to be kind, even though I can be a real frickin' horse's butt as far as that goes. But I try and keep it in check and stuff like that. I think as far as that goes. Tina says, Lore, I have solar. Tina has solar that supplements her electric. That's something they do here in the States. My next door neighbor has that too. You pay $3 a month. That sounds about right. That's about my neighbor next door for air 24 hours a day as far as that goes. So, and Laura says, with that price, it means a family of 4 living in a house will get around $600 to $700 a month. No, that's $3 a month. That's a monthly. We don't. If you're paying $600, $700 a month for electric here in the States, I think the average. Let's see. What's the average electric bill?
Depends on how much electric you have. If you have electric.
No, in general, just the average.
I don't know. For us, it's up to like $125.
Okay, we pay like 100. How much? 100 and.
Yeah, it's going up to about $125 a month.
Okay, we pay about $125 a month.
It used to be like $80.
Yeah. So when we have the air conditioners, it jacks up a little bit. Okay. So we thought about going to the solar, but it's within our means and stuff like that. But Tina, as far as that's a good deal as far as that goes. My thing is, I don't want to be tied to the electric gas company that we have up here in the southern tier of upstate New York, where they come out and they want to get on my roof or something like that. It's their equipment and stuff like that. So that's the only thing now, if I at one time I thought about fitting out the house with solar, They gave a good the state gave a good rebate back in the day, but they don't do that anymore. And to do that on your own, it costs you almost like 15, 20 grand to go total solar, even supplement solar. I have a small solar panels that I charge up a deep cell battery. And Laura, average for my sister. Okay, that's down in New Jersey. Oh, is it 300 and 400 down in Jersey? Wow, that's a lot. I live in a rural area, so we for the most time during the spring, summer, and fall, the only thing that's on constantly is the refrigerator. Except on the summer months, we have the air conditioners. So our thought quote for the day, thought for the day. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. Mr. Gandhi. Thank you, sir. God bless and Godspeed. Let's see. Our national day today. We don't have that much of a selection. Let's see. What do we have? Laura says, I get 150 to 200 a month living alone and only warming up my living room. Oh, okay. Yeah, prices. I can remember living in Italy. Our electric prices, and this is back in the late '80s, early '90s when we lived after me and the missus got married. I got stationed over in Italy. We stayed over there for 4 years. Electric was high. Our fuel oil was even higher back in the day. It's just fuel oils. Of course, you pay by the liter, where we pay by the gallon here in the United States. So, um, let me ask you, Laura: is Norway, Sweden, and Finland, are they considered European countries, or are they just I call them Scandinavian countries, but are they part of? I know they're part of the European Union, but would it be proper to say that they're a European country? I guess for me, European country. I was talking to my friend from the UK, and I said I don't even consider they're not part of the European Union. They are all European countries. Okay, so I was just. I guess I guess I look since growing up. Europe was always like Spain, France, Belgium, the Netherlands, Germany, Italy, and Poland and Romania and stuff like that. And that's all you got, the Scandinavian countries. This to separate, but they're all part of the Europe. They're all, yeah. I guess you're right. It's the European continent. So we got talking about that. The individual I play PUBG Battlegrounds with is it the UK? Is that considered? Do you consider yourself Europeans? And this, don't we consider ourselves um, uh, UK and stuff? We got out of the European Union, so does that not make them? They're still over there in Europe. That's like saying Long Island isn't part of New York. It's like Sicily saying they're not part of Italy or something like that. So just an interesting conversation we had about that the other day playing PUBG Battlegrounds. Our national day today, let's see, Barbie and Barney Backlash Day? Nah. We're going to go, and I know Tina's going to love this one. You're going to love this one, Tina. National Chocolate Cover Everything Day. The missus, did you hear that one? Yeah, the missus heard that one. Who doesn't like chocolate? National Chocolate Covered Anything Day. Chocolate lovers rejoice on National Chocolate Cover Anything Day. Hashtag Chocolate Cover Anything Day. December 16 offers the chocolate day you've been waiting for. On this day, dip and drizzle your favorite food, and every kind of chocolate imaginable. Okay, so I like French fries. Chocolate and French fries? I might go. Then Tina says lots of everything. Yeah, everything. Yeah. I'm not going to go. Just keeping it. Let's see. With chocolate on pizza, people complain. People say you can't put pineapple on pizza. I do. I like pineapple pizza. It's sort of like that sweet and sour type thing. Chocolate on pizza, maybe? I don't know about that. It would be. So there we have it. I'm not going to go any further. It just says it chocolate on everything. Tina says we had chocolate covered fountain cookies for my party. Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen those. I've seen those. I guess we did this when I was working. We go out every couple months to local restaurants. The guys I worked with, and I usually hook up with them since I've retired and keep in touch with them. We about every 3 or 4 months we go out. I get a call or get a text. Hey, we're meeting up here. You want to join us? I say, oh yeah, sure, I'll be there. And it's usually a local bar that we've been the last couple times here over the last 6 months. But the place we usually go is the buffet, the Chinese buffet up there in Vestal, New York, and they had a chocolate fountain. I just like looking at it. I don't like dipping the chocolate. I don't like that's a lot of chocolate. It's fun to look at though. It's like wow. I'd hate to if that's stops and then the chocolate that's got to be a pain to clean. But yeah, the chocolate fountains. Yeah, Chinese good. The restaurant is a really nice buffet. They got everything. One time they even had mashed potatoes and meatloaf over by the fried rice. I guess that was it. But it's a nice place to hook up and you have a couple of beers and you get a couple plates of buffet food and it's good. I usually like they're not the sushi has gone downhill a little bit. They don't have the selection like they used to because but it's it's you want to get real good sushi, you go to an actual sushi restaurant and stuff like that. Oh, that's different. Oh, they got a different look on Mixcloud. I'm just looking at my Mixcloud page, mixcloud.com/Richard M. Roberts. That's where I'm at. Tomorrow is Tuesday. It's a Radio Tuesday. They got a different look on the as far as on the player. It's got the waves. Yes, the sushi is good when I go. Yeah, sushi is good. I like sushi with the what's that sauce there? That green stuff. I can't think of it. So Mixcloud's they updated the. Let's see, they have like a wave on the front page on the player. But we'll be doing Mixcloud, the Tioga Radio Show tomorrow on Mixcloud, so that'll be posted up over there on @FiremanRich tomorrow morning. After I do I do a live recording on the PC here, and I load it up, and I got to look at my songs. I got a list. What was the song? Oh, Coldplay. I'm gonna probably have that as one of my songs. Coldplay has a song out with Dick Van Dyke, "All My Love." It's a great tribute for his 99th birthday. Uh, Dick Van Dyke, great guy. He's one of my favorite actors. It's just like he grew up with him on the Dick Van Dyke Show. It was always Dick Van Dyke, and then I Love Lucy. I watched Dick Van Dyke in black and white, so that's AJ, and I'm sure you did too, Tina. I know you did. Also, Lucille Ball. I watched them on black and white. Those were the premier shows back in the day. As far as that goes, on CBS, they were great shows. I think Dick Van Dyke is on. I'm not sure. I think it's on Paramount. But we'll be doing the radio show where I play the hashtag Want to Be Radio DJ. I present 8 songs, rock and roll and nature most, and we'll be doing that. Yes, good shows. They are good shows. Let's see. Our history. Oh, we're doing pretty. Oh, we're at 50. We've already been on. See, that's the thing. When we start early, it seems like I'm just casually going along. We've already been on for 51 minutes. Let's go ahead and then we'll do the first half of the history. We'll do the 100 years ago for this past Friday, December 13th. And then I got to refresh my coffee here. We're getting down to I got to get another cup of coffee here. So, because I don't think we may or may not go for a walk today. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens as far as that goes. So let me set this up here. 100 years ago from Friday. Oh, let's see. Backing up, Laura said, I think it's a bit odd that only Norway, Sweden, and Denmark are Scandinavian. and not Iceland and Faroe Islands. Now, you say that, Laura, I would consider Finland part of Scandinavia. I don't, and Denmark? Yeah, I guess like you could call Denmark. For me, Norway, Sweden, and Scandinavia. And now that you say Iceland, I don't, because Iceland's over, because you got Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. They're all right there, I guess. I just grew up when they said Scandinavian. Those were the first three that would pop into my head. I never really, but you live there, so you consider them part of Scandinavia. That's interesting. And Iceland too, and Faroe Islands. I got to check that out. Or was it the Faroe Islands? That's interesting. Faroe Islands. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, let's do 100 years ago. What do I got here? Oh, you know what? I forgot to do something here. I forgot to. Third thing I forgot to send out my posts here. Okay, hang on for a minute. Let's get this done. Let's see. There's 1, 2. And then we do it 3 times on Facebook here. 1. I can't broadcast live on Facebook again. I tried this morning. It's still locked out for some reason. If you're there, Tony, Facebook is not allowing Rumble to broadcast to it. Rumble Studios, that is. So, and then Kick, I'm not even looking at Kick anymore as far as the broadcast. I'll go on there just to check to see what kind of content's there and stuff, but I'm not broadcasting on. So we're only on 5 broadcast platforms now. Okay, I forgot to post out my stuff on Facebook there. So, okay, now we'll go to. Let's see. Laura says I consider them as part of Scandinavia, but they are not for some reason. Okay. Now that you say that, I'm gonna start considering myself because you live there, so it's it's like people that think Puerto Rico is a country onto their own, but then you say no, they're part of the United States. They almost became a state, but they are still part of the United States. So, well, Scandinavia, they're separate countries and stuff like that. That's a little different. I didn't mean to say that. They're all the same country and stuff like that, but that's interesting. Well, they are Northern Scandinavian, just we're finally coming to the idea that it's the Scandinavian countries, the Vikings that more or less formed the Scandinavian communities there. They're the ones that discovered America from that side of the world, as far as that goes. Not Christopher Columbus. I think Christopher Columbus, he ripped them off. He knew they were over there. He found a Viking map and say, "Oh man, I can be the discoverer of a new world, new country, and stuff like that." So, okay, let's go ahead and I'm getting sidetracked here. Let's go ahead and go to 100 years ago today from Friday. Let's see. We go here. Oh, I got to bring it up first. Let's see. Go there. And let's see. Darn Christopher. Yeah. He doesn't care. I remember they used to every year growing up as a kid. Yeah, he just, and then, for me, the first time, I think, what grade was I in? I think I was in 5th or 6th grade was the first time they mentioned, he might not have discovered, it might have been the Vikings and stuff. And then the more I learned, and you look at how they traveled that part of the Northern Hemisphere, they went as far down as, from, it's a very interesting history, the Viking Scandinavian countries history there, as far as that goes. They were the world travelers back in the day. It's not Christopher Columbus. I've since changed my attitude on that and stuff. But okay, 100 years ago. Let's see what we got here. Let me bring it up here. Boom, boom, boom. We got volume. Yep, we got volume. So let's go ahead and turn the camera off, and we'll crank this puppy up.
Welcome back. Tonight we continue our segment on sharing some of Broome County's past. An investigation into a fire that trapped 7 people and the Memorial Bridge is nearly completed. Broome County historian Roger Luther has these stories and more in tonight's installment of 100 Years Ago Today, brought to you by Broome County Recycles.
100 years ago today, the city of Binghamton has begun its annual wood cutting. Men are at work in Ely Park removing all the dead trees. The wood will then be cut up and used to fuel the steamrollers used by the street department. Concrete work on the new Memorial Bridge is nearly completed. Work on the approaches will now begin, and it is expected that the bridge will be completed and ready for a formal opening on July 4th. And finally, earlier this week, 7 people were trapped by flames on the 4th floor of a building on Carroll Street. 1 man jumped from a window. The other 6 were rescued by firemen. The city officials are now asking why this 4-story apartment house had no fire escapes. Back in 1913, after 32 lives were lost in the Binghamton Clothing Company fire, officials ordered fire escapes on all apartment buildings. But over recent years, that requirement has been ignored. That was the news 100 years ago.
Yeah, that Binghamton fire, they had some bad fires back in the day. And the Binghamton Clothing Company fire, that was a really bad fire. I mean, there's people that were trapped up on the upper floors. They only had an elevator. There was no fire escapes. So that's back in the day. And they had some really bad fires back during that era down in New York City. I mean, where hundreds of people were these factories, they just jammed everything in there. They would lock the doors because they didn't want the employees to go out the door in a manner of speaking, and take their smoke breaks and all that and stuff. And so when there was a fire, they try and get through it. It's chain locked, and so very strict. Of course, I was a firefighter, and part of being a firefighter is in my career, I was certified as a fire inspector, so I became a firefighter. As far as that goes, where I did inspections and I would check fire exits, extinguishers, people's general knowledge on what they're supposed to do, and so you can't have that. It's just there's a life safety code. NFPA 101 is like the Bible for such things of keeping exits cleared and all that and stuff. And a company, manufacturing or store does not want to. They get fined if they're not in compliance and stuff like that. The laws back then it took a lot of people dying before they got smart. So it's sort of a sad one there. But the other one there, the city of Binghamton begun the annual wood cutting. Ely Park, removing all the dead trees. The wood then is cut up to be used as fuel. The steamrollers used in the street, so they repurpose the wood that they chopped and stuff like that. So that's interesting and stuff. Tina says, I still keep a fire extinguisher. Oh yeah, you always have to add the kitchen wall. Exactly. You should always take that out and shake it up and down so the fire extinguishing agent, it's a powder, Tina, that can get packed down. So you should take it out and turn it upside down and stuff like that once a month or once every couple months. Laura says, what's the worst fire you experienced as a firefighter? If you don't mind me asking. Well, Laura, okay, you're welcome, Tina. I've had several. The worst fire for any firefighter is when there's a death, and I've been to a number of fires. The biggest fire I was at was a wildland fire out in Kansas. I mean, it was thousands of acres. I mean, we couldn't even fight it. We had to watch it from the background as the fire swept across the prairie land because of the winds. But the worst fire for me in my career is when there was a loss of life, and I've seen a number of people, and that's a sad thing, is when there's a loss of life. There's not So that's why I guess when I show fires that are in the news here on this broadcast, the first thing I'm looking at when I'm looking is, was there any loss of life? Was there any firefighters injured? Because you can always replace a building. And that was the thing when I was in the Air Force. Our general saying was, as an Air Force firefighter, aircraft rescue firefighting is to get the pilot out, the air crew, and the passengers. You can build another airplane. It's not you worry about life. Life is always number one. Life is, you always say, if there's life to be saved, you save the life is always first. So that's the general consensus in the firefighting field, as far as life is number one. And then if there's no life involved, well, if you can save the structure and stuff like that. And Laura says, yes, very sad. Unfortunately, it happens. Life is never, yeah, very true. Yeah, it is. So, and I've come close. I've had, I could say, a handful of incidents where I didn't think I was going to freaking make two in particular. Where you're in there and you know, as a firefighter, you're trained to do and get in there and rescue, and then it's, you're looking, it's after the fact. It's like, oh my God, if I would have stood, I mean, there's one fire, there was no loss of life, luckily. This is when I was a volunteer. When I first got out of the Air Force, I became a volunteer here in Owego, New York. It was a 3-story on the historical downtown downtown Owego, and I went up on we were going in for mutual aid, and when we got on scene, the fire chief said, me and another firefighter, we're going to go out and help these other firefighters that were going up on the roof to ventilate. And there was already 3 hose teams inside on the second floor battling the fire up in this false ceiling. It was like multiple false ceilings. And this building, the particular, I think it was on North Street or Court Street. But anyway, it's right along the Susquehanna. It's called River Road. It's right along Susquehanna River, and you'll see if you Google Owego, New York, you'll see the Court Street Bridge and those buildings right there. It was one of those buildings, and we're up on the roof, and we got the hole. It's about a 14-foot by 4-foot hole trenched, and all this smoke comes out because they're fighting the fire, so they get all the smoke. You got to have the smoke come out somewhere, and so it's always good to have the roof. We haul it, like a can opener, open it up, and we're standing there, and it's only not even a minute after we opened, we felt the whole roof go boom. It sort of joggled a little bit, and it's like we're all looking at each other. It's like, am I going to jump over on that other roof? Because we're automatically thinking roof collapse. So there's me, my partner, and there's there's 6 of us on the roof. So we're going to the ladder, and they're in front of me, and I'm going to my partner. Says, if this roof starts going, we're jumping over on that other roof. We may break our legs, but we'll, as far as that goes. And but we're able to come down because as soon as it went boom, they started hitting the horns, and they're bringing the guys that were battling the fire. They pulled them out. The bells and whistles on the fire trucks. It was an automatic. Everybody exit the building. Because there was a situation that they were getting ready. There was a potential roof collapse. Just as I got off the aerial ladder, we got down on the ground. The last crew came out. Some of our guys was on that crew because they were, and when they came out, that's when the 3rd floor, and I would have been on the roof, dropped down into the second floor. They had all dropped, it pancaked down into the 1st floor. So it was like you had all these buildings, and there's firewalls on these buildings. So there are 3 stories. So that probably could have been the worst fire right there. But a potential loss of life. And if I would have stayed on that roof for like an extra 5 minutes, I'd probably either be paralyzed or I would be, I wouldn't be here. And stuff like that. That's always the things you reflect on afterwards. What would have happened? So, all right, folks, we're going to go ahead and take a break here. And let's see. We're up to 7 people on Rumble. Okay, let's see if we get it up to 13. I got a campaign I can do for 13. Let's see. Is designed to capture attention, so please. I don't know if I want to do that one anyway, even if I'm allowed to. There's certain, this is the re-campaign. Most of them are up. I got to have at least 25, 33. Yeah, I got to have at least 33 people to read a campaign ad on Rumble now. So, and I'm not going to get that for a while. It's like, it's interesting. But we have 7 people on Rumble. Thank you very much on the people on Rumble. 1 person on Locals. We have 4 people on the on Twitch. And what do we have on YouTube? We have anybody on YouTube? Let me check here. We should have, there's nothing to indicate, but usually we have 1 person on YouTube. Let's see. Yeah, we got 1 person on YouTube, and over there on X Live, we have, before we go on a little break here, we have 3 people on local or on X Live. Thank you very much. 2 or 3 people on X Live. Thank you very much for the people that are on X Live. Greatly appreciate that. So we're going to go ahead and that thing keeps on blinking. I don't know what's going on there. So we'll go ahead and take a break here, and I will be right back, folks. as far as that goes, and get the curtains open here so we can look outside. It's still dark out, and as far as that goes, we got about 1.5 inches, I think. 1.5 inches of snow out there as far as temperature wise and stuff. So we're but I did get my second cup of coffee here, and we're back here on the Monday morning edition of the morning coffee for this 12.16.2024 at Rumble video broadcast, broadcasting out to Rumble via Rumble Studios. We're broadcasting out to Rumble, Locals, YouTube, Twitch, and X Live. And we've got the hot links on the other platforms that I'm on, that I post on. There's platforms that I'm on that I don't post on anymore. That's not worth it. And let's see. Tina says, "Ugh, my daughter wants oatmeal. Got to go." Okay, Tina, that's okay. Okay, no problem. Take care of the kids. Okay, they're always kids. And I want to say, just for the folks that are listening, we do rebroadcast or repurpose the broadcast audio-wise in an audio pod over there on Spotify for creators. That goes out to Spotify and all those other fine social. See you. Okay, Tina. Ciao. Take care. Have a great Monday. And so we are broadcast. I'll repurpose this right afterwards. So I want to say I'm recognizing the people that are listening over there on Spotify for creators is greatly appreciated. And I just got notice that Michael Bathurst is up on the broadcast here on YouTube. Okay. And so thank you, Tina, for being here. You have a great one. And Michael Bathurst, he's one of he's a good broadcast. I've known Michael for quite a while, so he's up getting his week started. We're starting a new week here this Monday, working towards the weekend once again. That's a little frayed right there, isn't it? Let's put that back down. Okay. Huh. Okay. So when we are getting our day started here with my second cup of coffee this morning, we're up early, and like I said, I'm looking at some white stuff out the window. You really can't. I guess you can see a little bit of it. Let's see, right. Let's see. What's that? No, that's probably that's a reflection of the chair behind me. Oh, I see. Right here, you can see that's the. Oh, that would be the. Oh, okay, right here. This is the side shrubbery, but there's the snow right there. There's snow on top of the shrubbery, which is a first. Usually, the snowstorms we've had before, the shrubbery didn't really get that much snow, but there's snow on there. So we have about 1.5 inches to almost 2 inches, I guess, out there. The snow plows did come through, and actually, I was watching one of the village snow plows plow the side street over here, going down to the golf course. So, but the coffee is tasting mighty fine. We're getting it's going to be a play it by play it by ear, I guess, as far as whether we go out for a walk this morning and stuff. But temperature, it dropped down to 33. It was 33, went up to 34, then dropped to 33 during the broadcast. No, it started at 33 before I started and went up. No, it was 34, dropped to 33 when I started the broadcast, went up to 34. It just dropped down to 33. So we're right in that zone there as far as that goes. And traffic's moving all right out on the street coming into the village and stuff. What's it going on neighbor across the street? They got a big, I'd like to show it, but I'm not going to show my neighborhood. There's a little privacy going on there as far as there's the Christmas lights. We got some Christmas lights out, but Okay, let's see. For the rest of the history, let's go over the rest of the history here and do sports. And we're just finished. We've been on an hour and 18 minutes. Wow. It doesn't seem like it. I start early, and it does not seem like I've been on that long. Let's see. In history, continuing with the history on this day, as soon as it loads up. And let's see. In 1969, British MPs, I guess that's the British Parliament, voted overwhelming to abolish the death penalty. I'm sort of mixed on the. I'm more like just throw the individual in jail and let them. Sometimes I don't know. I guess I'm the same way. I don't really think the death penalty is necessary. Just incarcerate the person for the rest of their lives. Of course, people say, well, then that goes to tax monies and all this and that. And it's like, nah, it's just, I don't know. Let's see. What else do we got here? There's nothing really on this list other than that death penalty was the best thing. I'm not sure what that is. Let's go to the AP history here. Stuff I'm looking at is just gobbledygook. It's not really, I guess you could say it's history, but it's not very interesting history, I guess. Other than the fact, it doesn't even give a year. Okay, how come come on. Okay, there it is. Okay. My Surface 3, it's coming to light that it's getting a little outdated because it's dragging here and stuff. On this day, today in history, on December 16th, 1773, the Boston Tea Party took place as American colonists boarded a British ship and dumped more than 300 chests of tea into the Boston harbor to protest the tea tax. So that was a non-violent. But then again, you're violent. You're destroying somebody else's property. So is that really non-violent? It's borderline. But the American Revolution started. Well, that's one of many reasons. It wasn't just the Boston Tea Party. There was a lot of other things going on. But the Boston Tea Party took place on this day back in 1773. So that's one of the things they throw out there that started the American Revolution. The colonists were not happy with the people back in the UK. They were not happy at all as far as that goes. Let's see, 1907, 16 U.S. naval battleships, which came to be known as the Great White Fleet, set sail for 14 months around the world voyage to demonstrate American sea power. Yeah, the battleship back in the day, that was displaying power. Today, now it's bombers up in the air. In 1944, World War II, Battle of the Bulge began as German forces launched a surprise attack against the Allied forces through the Andreas Force in Belgium and Luxembourg. Yeah, Battle of the Bulge, that was pretty bad towards the end of World War II. That was Hitler and Nazi Germany's last chance to, and I think it was, I don't know, with the Russians with the Soviet Union knocking on the western or the eastern part of of Germany. I don't think that was a wise thing because towards the end of the World War II, Russia was the Soviet Union. Then they were really kicking their asses, even though we did our part as far as on the western front. And the missus is joining us here in the dining room / studio for. So the Battle of the Bulge, pretty historical battle. That's where the Germans surrounded Bastogne, and the American, I think it was the commander of the 101st Airborne that was there. Or was it the 82nd? One of the two. They were asked they need to surrender, and he goes nuts. I would have loved to see the commander of that was commanding all the forces, Battle of the Bulge, Nuts. What's that mean? Probably didn't know what it meant. It's basically a nice way of saying F you. And they held their ground. That was a key junction. That really messed up the Nazi Germany's operation there in the Battle of the Bulge, because it's multiple roads were coming into that location. Let's see. In 2000, President-elect George W. Bush selected Colin Powell to become the first African-American Secretary of State. He was also a defense secretary. Pretty unique, a great American right there, Colin Powell. A few things I don't agree with him, but overall, he's a great American. Let's see. And that's it there for the history. We did have some NBA action last Friday night, I think. Let's see. Let's check the basketball scores. I haven't been watching any basketball. Let's see. Going back to Friday night, we had the Nets got their butts kicked by the Grizzlies, 135-119. And then going into the weekend, there was nothing on Saturday. And then Sunday, the Celtics beat the Wizards. And the Nets didn't play. When did the Nets got to be playing today? Or the Knicks, I should say. Where are the Knicks? The Knicks they haven't played for 3 days. Nets will be playing tonight the Cavaliers, who are in first place. When did the Knicks play last? They played last Wednesday. They haven't played since Wednesday? Okay. Of course, the Celtics in the standings, they're behind the Cavaliers by 1 game. Oh, wow. Okay, that's good. And the Knicks, they're number 3. So why aren't they playing on the schedule? Where the hell are the Knicks? Saturday, they played Thursday. Let me check Sunday. They had to play. Wow, that's a long off time. Let's see. They don't play until. They play Thursday. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let's see. NFL action. Of course, we had some NFL football action this weekend. And starting last Thursday, kicking off the 15th week. We're finishing up the 15th week tonight on Monday Night Football, where the Falcons play the Raiders. I don't think I'll be watching that game. That's last Thursday, the Rams beat the 49ers. And then let's see, this weekend we had yesterday we had the Commanders that beat the Saints 20-19. Big Juice, there he is. How you doing, Steve? How much snow did you get out in Ohio? We got about 1.5 inches. You get any snow out there in Ohio overnight? Chiefs beat the Browns. Sorry about the Browns. They're losing to the Chiefs, Steve. Cleveland Browns. I guess Mahomes was hurting there. He has a elevated he's got a leg injury of some sort. Let's see. Bengals, they beat the Titans 37-27. Not much. Wet, rainy, and cold. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at about 1.5 inches out there. You can see the snow now. You can see it right there. There's snow on the trees. So visual effect there at the snow. Let's see. Dolphins lost to the Texans. That's a good win for the Texans right there. Of course, Giants lost to the Ravens 35-14. Giants suck. So do the Jets. They won 32-25. Some people, oh yeah, Aaron Rodgers, he's doing good. Jets suck. Okay, they're a limit. They're not going to be in the playoffs. They're not going to be in the playoffs. Not a Jet fan, not a Giant fan this year. Cowboys beat the Panthers 30-14. Okay, Buccaneers, big win for them last night. That's a game I went to bed. I thought the Chargers was going to win, but Buccaneers they could be a disruptor. They're in first place in the division. If they're going to make the playoffs, they could be a disruptor. 40-17. Colts lost to the Broncos. I think I picked the Broncos. Cardinals won against the Patriots. Okay, I picked the Cardinals. Steelers lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles are a good team. Packers beat the Seahawks and Bears. Oh, we got 2 Monday night games. We got Bears and Vikings. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay, Bears and Vikings. I may have to watch that game. That's at 8 o'clock. And then you got the Falcons Raiders. Now, the big game, I don't care about any other game, and you know where I'm going with this because, full disclosure, I am a Buffalo Bills fan. The Buffalo Bills beat the Lions 48-42. That was a good game. I don't think the Bills, let's see, were they behind in the first? No, they were never behind. They were always a touchdown ahead. It was 21-14 at the half. And then the Bills got two touchdowns in the third quarter. The Lions got one. The Bills got 13 points in the fourth quarter to give them 48. Detroit came back with 21 points in the fourth quarter, but they fell short to 42 points. And, of course, the Cleveland Clowns did it again. Yeah, they lost. Josh Allen, he had for the Bills win against the Detroit, because that's a prequel. They said, a lot of people said that's a setup that those two teams might meet in the Super Bowl. They have Super Bowl because both of the teams have won their division and are in the playoffs. And Josh Allen, he threw for 362 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jared Goff had 5 touchdowns. He's in contention for the MVP, but last night's win, I think Josh Allen has solidified the fact that he is he's the lead candidate for the MVP. And the other thing about Josh Allen, he is the first player in NFL history with 35 or more passing and rushing touchdowns in 4 consecutive games. He ran for 3 and threw for 3 last week. This week he threw for 3. I think he ran. Did he run in for some more? I thought he ran in for a couple touchdowns. I know 1 touchdown he did. Yeah, he ran in for. Oh, he ran in for 2. He threw for 2 and ran for 2. So he's the first player in NFL history to get 35 or more passing and rushing touchdowns. He's a monster. He reminds me, he's like Dan Marino and Roethlisberger mixed together as far as that goes. So Josh Allen, I hope he gets the MVP. So they won, and they're now 11-3, and Lions are 12-2. Lions are they're a good team, but they're hurt. They're injured. Buffalo Bills, they're hurt, but they're coming back. So injuries at this time of the year in NFL playoffs is always a big thing as far as that goes. So there's our and let's see on the standings. Of course, the Buffalo Bills, they won their division. Let me bring it up on ESPN. Let me bring up ESPN here. They have a better ESPN. NFL standings, and let's see. Yeah, the what's Z mean? Z means clinch the division. So the Buffalo Bills clinched their division along with the Houston Texans after yesterday and Kansas City Chiefs. What does X mean? Clinch playoff berth. Big Juice. Rich was alive. Yeah, when Elvis was around. Just wondering because Elvis' Blue Christmas song is playing. Yeah, I was. Elvis was alive. I remember the day Elvis passed away. That I heard it over the radio. Of all play, I heard it on the radio, and that was big news. Let's see. So Philadelphia Eagles have clinched the playoff berth. Detroit Lions, even though they're first, they clinched a a playoff berth. And that's it for that. Officially eliminated. Jets, New England, Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are eliminated, Steve. Afraid to say. Jacksonville, Tennessee, Las Vegas Raiders are eliminated. New York Giants, they suck. They're eliminated. So there's still some possibilities. So there's people that clinched. I always thought there was 2 wild cards. There's actually 3 wild cards for each division. So there's some teams that are running around to see if they can get a playoff berth. So that's our football as far as that goes. Sports sake. I'm the Elvis Blue Christmas. I'm not a fan of that song, to be honest with you, Steve. I love Elvis. He has some great songs. They've been eliminated since the start of the season. Okay, you're a Cleveland Brown fan. You know better than me. I could say that about the Giants too. The Jets, I just there's still some people are talking the Jets because Aaron Rodgers, he needs to retire. That's my opinion. He can still throw the ball and stuff like that, but unless he gets some significant, wasn't Michael Bathurst always says pieces, that would be players of significance, not just 1 or 2, but quite a few more than what they have on the Jets to even make it to the playoffs. So, but those are the football scores. This Wednesday night, I will be doing Let's Talk Football. We only have 3 more weeks of regular season, so it'll be the 16th week we'll be starting. I'll be going over this past weekend scores again and highlighting those upcoming games that start on Thursday night going into Sunday. And we always have the wins and lose. I think Tony D and Michael Bathurst are at the top of the list as far as the most wins and losses. Most wins picked as far as winners and losers among the teams as far as that goes. No, trust me. I've been watching the Browns for so long. I know if they're going to be any good. Yeah, I know. I have a very good friend here that I grew up with. His father, God bless you, sir. He was a diehard Brown fan. This is back when the Browns. This is before the original Browns team, before they became they skated out of Cleveland. Remember? Were you born yet? Do you remember that? That was a big thing. I think the Colts were the first. Baltimore Colts were the first ones to leave to become the Indiana Colts. But then the next team that moved was Cleveland. And that was a big thing. I mean, my good friend's father, he was ticked. He was really mad. But then they got their team back. So it's one of those things but they've always it's almost like the Chicago Bears or Chicago Cubs here. They go a long time without but I know what you're saying, trust me. Cleveland, they've fielded some good teams, but they just can't get it done as far as that goes. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Been on for an hour and 30 minutes. Wow. I haven't gotten into the news here yet. Let's see. I didn't really go over the news last night, so we're going to go ahead and scoot through the news and see what we got for interesting stories. Let's see. When did this one come out? 14th. That's Saturday. They had something going on Saturday. It was called Reefs Across America. And this is where they go to the military cemeteries. I know there's one on my brother's. He's buried down there at the Veterans Memorial Cemetery down in Orange County. It's right there in Goshen, New York. That's where Willie's final resting spot was as a U.S. Marine with all the other heroes. But they had an annual laying of the reefs across America. So let me bring this one up. This is on Fox 40. Let's see. Oh, but as far as to finish up on football, I've got the broadcast Wednesday night for Let's Talk Football. And last weekend we had a great broadcast. We had Michael Bathurst was up. and I might have him up again along with Tony. They were both up last weekend, so that was good. Sort of an extension to Tony D's broadcast of Bell Kings fantasy football. And on Sundays at 10:30, where Michael and myself, along with Tony, we talk about football. So those are two programs. Check them out. As far as we're going to be getting ready to go into week 16, the football season's just going along and stuff. So check them out. Let's see. We got. Okay, let's bring this up. Let me take care of the ticker tape here. Let me see. Let me check that right there and uncheck that. And then we go to. Oh, it's not working. Uh-oh. Houston, we got a problem. My screen. Okay, we're going to have to reboot. Let's go ahead and reboot. Let me bring up this first. Let's bring up this camera. Okay, there I am. Okay. There we are. And let me turn off this. And we got this volume. Okay. And let's see. Let's go reset our browser here. Let's see. Okay, we're going to enter back into the broadcast. And this happens. Let me see. Is that working? It's not working. Okay, studio. Go there. And we'll bring up that. That's the mic from the PC. Now we'll bring up the camera. And you'll see that we have two pictures. There we go. So we're back up. We're back up. So I can shut that camera off. And we're back up. And let's see if we can... let's see if we can go ahead and bring up... Yep, it's working now. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and bring this up. I got to shut the text off first. Scrolling text. And here we go. There we are. Shut my camera off. Okay, we're back to square one here. Okay, this is from Fox 40. Full disclosure, Fox 40, WBNG, WNBF, all these news web pages. I have no affiliation with them. I just am a consumer. Just to present this here on the broadcast. And let's see. When we wait, we got a commercial going. Oh, no, don't want that. We'll bring it back here. We'll bring it back here. We got a commercial going on Twitch right now. I'm going to wait till we got another minute here. So, yeah, it looks like it's cloudy out there, cloudy overcast and such. Now, that reset that I just did, for the folks that are watching on the replay and the folks that are listening, you know, I still was talking, you could hear me, but if you were watching this on the live stream, my the web page, the browser gets jammed up to where the buttons don't function. So I have to. They used to do this would happen when back in Haps days, back in the old Blab days, where the person would freeze and it's just like it would refresh your browser and stuff. And that's, in essence, that's what I'm doing here on Rumble Studios as far as refreshing it. I lose all the comments on the browser, but I still have it on the over there on the phone here. So, okay, we're coming out of a commercial on Twitch. 3, 2, 1. And we're back. Okay, so let's go ahead and start this up and see what this one's all about here. Just give me a second and we'll get it cranking.
Members of the community gathered at Savage DeMarco Funeral Service to honor the nation's fallen veterans today. The event was a part of the local observance of Wreaths Across America Day, a nationwide effort where communities come together to remember fallen veterans by placing wreaths on their graves. The ceremony featured a tribute from the Broome County Veterans Memorial Association Color Guard, who laid wreaths for each of the 6 branches of the military following the ceremony. The volunteers traveled to various local cemeteries to place wreaths on the graves of the fallen veterans.
It's important to honor veterans and to not forget the fact that they gave and sacrificed for our country, and that sacrifice is important to remember as we move forwards, because at some point, if we forget that, we may have to use our lives in order to reinstate those freedoms that we share.
Members of the community gathered to
Okay, so community honors veterans for Wreaths Across America, and that's a good cause. I know some people that I don't personally take part in it. I should. It's something that's probably something I need to look into. It's a good cause, and we should never forget our fallen veterans and such, that because they in some cases, some of them gave their lives here in the United States as far as that goes. So we do that on a national basis here just before Christmas. And it's part of a Christmas tradition now, I guess you could say. So there's that. Let's see what else we got on Fox 40. That's a good one right there. I know one of those wreaths is on my brother's grave site there. 50 for, let's see, do we have anything else going on? No, nothing else on Fox 40. On my hometown news on WNBF, let's see, local area here at what is it? Troy Trojans football team captured down there in Pennsylvania, captured the championship game. Let's see, we got school delays. School delays this morning. Let's see, we got the following area school districts will be opened on a 2-hour delay. And let's see, our schools in it looks like they're mostly, Waverly. Okay, Tioga Central for right now for 2-hour delay. So it looks like a 2-hour delay. And just to give you an idea what Wreaths Across America you go to the you have Arlington, but there are communities that do have military veteran graveyards or cemeteries. And here's one with Wreaths Across America as far as that goes. And that's what the wreaths will look like right there as far as but it was this Saturday for the weekend ceremony. We have one here in Tioga Point Cemetery in Athens. The cemetery will held the ceremony Saturday. Volunteers, they spread out across the cemetery and lay wreaths. And there, at this particular cemetery, there was 2,000 veterans grave sites. And this is on all veterans cemeteries. And like I said, my younger brother, he's a Marine veteran. He's down there. He's laid to rest at the Goshen, at Orange County, New York, outside Goshen, the Veterans Memorial Cemetery there, down in that location. So the wreaths are laid in memory. So that's what the wreaths would look like. It's a very picturesque reminder of our veterans as far as that goes. So I want to thank all those that take part in that endeavor. It means a lot. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and see what we have here on WNBF. Anything? They have some stories, but they're not really all that interesting as far. They're interesting. Oh, Binghamton Taco Bell to reopen. We got a Taco Bell that was closed for a number of months that's going to reopen. So, okay, that's there. Let's see. Oh, we had another. Did we see this fire already? Oh, that's a GoFundMe on the pallet one. Okay, we don't want to. I'm not going to advertise that. We'll just. We already talked about the pallet fire, but here's another fire. Emergency crews respond to Johnson City Fire Department. So let's see what this one's about. This was on the 14th. So this was Saturday. This fire happened Saturday. Let's bring this one up. Okay. Johnson City Fire Department. House fire at 129 North Baldwin Street. Let's see what this one's about here.
In Broome County, Johnson City Fire Department responded to a house fire call around 9 a.m. Saturday morning. A single-family home caught on fire at 129 North Baldwin Ave in Johnson City, causing heavy damage to the home and some damage to a neighboring building. There was one person present in the home at the time of the fire, but managed to exit the house without injury. Johnson City Fire Marshal Robert Blakesley told 12 News that the fire was, quote, one of the biggest smoke headers I've ever seen, end quote. Binghamton Fire, Union Volunteer Emergency Squad, and Endwell Fire responded to the call, and the cause of the fire is under investigation.
And tonight's good news.
So there we have a fire that no injuries or deaths. That's a win-win as far as what I was stating earlier. And okay, Rich, 100 years ago today. I already did it, Big Juice. Did you scoot out? I already did it. Or are you saying that fire is no? That's current. That happened Saturday afternoon. Okay, you weren't here for 100 years. Let's go ahead and do a replay on 100 years ago. Let me bring it up here. Hang on. What happened? I lost our. I accidentally. Let's see. Are we? Oh, okay. Here we go. You get me all confused. Confused. Okay, hang on. Why isn't my camera? Okay. Let's. What's happening? Let's see. What happened to my camera? Huh. Let me do a reset. Autoplay failed. Click on unmute. Unmute. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. I got to turn the audio on. There we go. We're back. You got me all confused here, Steve. Let's go ahead and do 100 years ago again for Steve. I got time. I'm not, let's see. You still there, Steve? I'm gonna make sure you're there. I don't know if Big Juice is there. Okay, we already did 100 years ago. I don't think Steve is there again, so we'll if he comes back, he needs to answer us. And he just can't pile in here and then pile out. That was 4 minutes ago. He had me screwing around with the buttons here. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and see what else we got on channel 12 here. CBS affiliate. Let's see. News. Elks Lodge in Vestal wraps up Christmas tags and tree program. Oh, here's another fire. Chimney fire escalates into fire at Port Crane. When did this happen? When did this happen? This was on the 15th. This was yesterday. Yeah, this was Sunday. So let's go ahead and do this one. This is another fire. So we got 2 fires this weekend. Make sure I press the right button. Oh, I didn't press the right button. I don't need a camera off. There's the right button right there. Having fun pressing buttons here, folks. Okay, chimney fire escalates into a house fire. So it started out as a chimney fire and extended into a house fire. So, okay, we got this. Let's go over here and we'll start it up and see what this is all about.
Evening, and thank you for joining for 12 News at 10. I'm Erin Lawler. We begin tonight in Broome County. A chimney fire quickly turned into a house fire in Port Crane. According to Chad Benedict, the Port Crane fire chief, officials were called to the Virginia City Mobile Home Court around 3:48 p.m. for reports of a chimney fire. The residents were quickly evacuated as the fire began to spread. No injuries were reported, but there is moderate damage to the inside of the home and roof. Port Crane Fire, Sanitary Springs Fire, and Shenango Forks Fire were all on scene, including Broome Sheriff's Department and Broome EMS. The fire is still under investigation.
Okay, there's another fire that, let me see, just to make sure. Let's see. Responded. I don't see any indication of any injuries. So everybody got out and under investigation. So there's a second fire that took place this weekend. Okay, make sure I hit the right key. There we go. Okay. So that's 2 fires there in WB&G. Let's see what else we have on this news. Toys for Tot drive. Let's see. Emergency crew in Johnson City. Oh, that's. We already talked. That was on. We already showed it on Fox 40. Let's
In Broome County, Johnson City Fire Department.
No, we already talked about that one. Okay, let's move on to Toys for Tots. Toys for Tots is something that the United States Marine Corps started years.
Santa Claus.
Let's see. Let me restart this one again. You got Toys for Tots programs going on. We talked about it. As far as that goes, let's go ahead and see what this one's about.
Santa Claus came to town early Saturday afternoon, but not by his usual sleigh. The 2024 Capital Region Toys for Tots Amtrak Norfolk Southern Toys for Tots distribution train rolled into Binghamton and was greeted by hundreds of children looking to receive presents. The unique partnership between the U.S. Marine Corps, Toys for Tots, Amtrak, and Norfolk Southern aims to bring over 30,000 toys to children in need in the outlying areas. Binghamton was the last of 5 stops the train made on its journey, which started in Rensselaer.
To be able to come home, continue to serve my country and my community right here at home, this mission is just as important as any that we did anywhere overseas. And we want every child to know that if they're struggling right now, they're going through things, that there is a better tomorrow, and that through the U.S. Marine Corps Toys for Tots program, we're here to make sure that they know that.
Lorenz tells 12 News that he has been helping with the Toys for Tots train for years and hopes to continue serving the children of the community for many more to come.
And that's a Toys for Tots train there that came into Binghamton. And my hat's off. Thank you for your service. The guys that are in the Marines, Semper Fi, as far as that goes. I'm not a Marine, but I know the importance of my kid brother was a Marine. So I have high respect for the Marine Corps. I was just an Air Force flunky. The Marines would laugh at that too. They say, "Yep, you're right." So that's something that's going on in the community here in the southern tier of upstate New York. The unique partnership with the United States Marine Corps and Toys for Tots Amtrak aims at more than 30,000 toys for children across outlying areas. Binghamton was the first stop of the train's journey, and that's the Marine Corps are the ones that started the Toys for Tots for Christmas. Make sure every child has a toy for Christmas. So we thank them and for doing that. Let's see, what else do we got here? Waverly. That was the 13th. What time was that one? That was at 11:40. They had the lights across the bridge in Wego. And let's see, we had the activity going over in Waverly Tinsel and Lights. This is every community in Southern Tier have these just before Christmas parades and gatherings and stuff like that. And Waverly is just 5 minutes down the road here, and it's a good community. So let's see what this one's about here.
Holiday cheer was in the air this evening in downtown Waverly as the annual Tinsel and Lights event kicked off on Broad Street. Families came out in dozens to take part in the fun holiday activities, such as ice sculpting demonstrations, horse and wagon rides, free food and hot chocolate, live music, and more. Santa Claus also made an appearance at the event where kids got to visit with him and tell him what they want for Christmas. We spoke with a Waverly resident at the event who told us his experience this year.
I've been walking around. It's been very festive. I enjoy it. I think it's great for the community, and I can't wait for it again next year.
Along with the festivities, there was also a pet adoption event held by Stray Haven, where families could find their new companion just in time for the holidays.
So there we have it, Waverly's Tinsel and Lights Holiday Festival. People gathering in the streets. They had the same thing here a week ago here in Owego. And it's a little cold out, a little too cold out there at that time. Let's see what else we got here. I think that's it for WBNG as far as that going into the weekend there. Okay, so we're done with that one. Let's see on the whale, any articles there that pop out? Oh, this is an interesting one. We'll go ahead and read this. I don't know what this is about. Every store, Walmart's closing every store on the same day. So that doesn't mean they're closing them down. They're just closing it for one day. So let's see. Make sure you get everything you need before Walmart in New York closes. Walmart is offering its inflation-free holiday meal up until then. Just before Thanksgiving, Walmart announced inflation-free meals. Customers can take. What's this about closing though? It says Walmart closing every store in New York, but they're talking about a meal for Thanksgiving. What the hell? Okay, all Walmart stores to close on Christmas. Here it is. New York State is home of more than there's about 100 Walmart stores here in New York State. Nationwide, there is 4,600 Walmart locations. All stores will be closed at 6 p.m. on Christmas Eve and remain closed on Christmas. Stores will reopen December 26th. Okay, so they're closing. That's good for the folks that work at Walmart because they've always been open during the Christmas holidays, I guess, to a certain degree. So they're closing at 6 p.m. Christmas Eve, and they won't be open again until December 26th. This will allow all Walmart employees the chance to enjoy a holiday with their festival. And every Walmart store in the United States was also closed on Thanksgiving. So I guess they did the same thing for Thanksgiving. Oh, that's the article there. Okay. So that's interesting. That was from The Whale, 99.1. They play classic rock. Sister station to WNBF. Let's see. Do we have anything over here? Reefs Across America again. Let's see. Yeah, this is another video on Reefs Across America. Let's go ahead and do this one here. See what this one's about.
Across the country will join in solidarity tomorrow to remember and honor the lives of those who fought for our freedoms. Tomorrow is being called Wreaths Across America Day, and throughout the country, thousands of handmade live wreaths from the state of Maine will be placed on the graves of fallen heroes. Locally, the Savage DeMarco Funeral Home sponsors the event and will hold a ceremony at its location on Conklin Avenue at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Then, following the ceremony, volunteers will take wreaths and distribute them to at least 11 different local cemeteries in Binghamton, Conklin, Vestal, Kirkwood, and Endwell. A volunteer coordinator, Maureen Kadlisik, says each wreath has a flag to distinguish which branch of service they served.
We honor, remember, and teach. So we honor or we remember those that passed before us that were in the armed services. We honor them by placing a wreath on their grave. After we say their name, a little prayer, and then we place the wreath. And we teach our young and those coming behind us what it's all about.
She says the event could always use some additional volunteers to help distribute the wreaths. You can also look into sponsoring a wreath for next year's event. You can look at that online at wreathsacrossamerica.org.
So again, this gives you a picture of the ceremony being done in one of the local cemeteries, and it's. I didn't know that the wreaths came from Maine, so that's pretty interesting as far as that goes. So you have all the people that are there, and it's not just the cemeteries. The veterans cemeteries. There's veterans that are buried in regular cemeteries and stuff like that. That they're if they know about it, they're going to be placing a wreath on that for that particular veteran. So we thank those folks again. That's pretty interesting stuff right there. Let's see, what else do we got here? I think there was another one. Let's see, local news. No, that's it for that channel. Let's see, WENY. Let's see, what do we got? Oh, here's another one for the wreath ceremony. Let's go ahead and do this one again here. This is from WENY. So we're getting all the channel. We got one from Fox 40, WBNG, and was it the other one was NBC or ABC? And I think WENY is ABC. So let's show this one here. It just gives you an idea visual wise, and the people that are listening to this on the audio pod, it's just I'm just showing different presenting different perspectives of the wreath layings for Wreaths Across America ceremonies held this last Saturday. This one is pertaining to Elmira in the Bath area, New York. Let me turn my camera off and we'll get.
For decades now, people have been honoring fallen veterans in a special way around the holidays with wreaths across America. WENY's Alicia Solorzano got a first-hand look at the ceremonies right here in the Twin Tiers.
As a way to honor people who served this holiday season, hundreds of people volunteered in Bath and Elmira for Wreaths Across America. Some say it's an important way to learn how to honor service members, and for others, it hits closer to home.
My daughter and I come up. My daughter was a Marine also back in the early 2000s, and we come up to honor all of the veterans with a wreath. And I also have a brother who didn't die in combat, but he was a veteran and is buried here. We get a special wreath for him and drop it on his grave.
Volunteers across the country, like Beach and his daughter Diana Lewis, make Wreaths Across America possible. Between the Woodlawn National Cemetery in Elmira and the Bath National Cemetery, over 8,500 wreaths were laid on the graves of fallen soldiers and veterans in the Southern Tier.
My uncle was one of my heroes. All of my uncles have served in some branch in one form or another, whether reserve or active. To be able to go over to his grave and thank him, it's just one more way I can remind him that we love him even though he's not here.
After a brief ceremony, volunteers grabbed a wreath and carefully placed it on a headstone, giving each soldier a salute or hand to their heart.
When a veteran dies, his name is never said again. And now they're not remembered. So now when we lay the wreaths, we step back, we say their name, so they'll never be forgotten.
People of all ages and backgrounds gave up their time to place wreaths on the graves of veterans. While the Wreaths Across America event happens on a designated day, people can still place wreaths at any time during the holiday season. The gesture of laying a wreath may seem small, but it serves as a reminder to honor veterans all year round. Reporting in Bath, I'm Alicia Solorzano, WEMY.
It may be small, but it's a big deal. It is a big deal as far as that goes, and we thank those people that do that. That's pretty impressive as far as that goes, and I just appreciate because I have my brother who's down there in Orange County. My younger brother. I know my older brother has been at his site, his grave site there, and it means a lot. It means a lot as far as that goes. So let's see. I think I'm going to end on that note because we've been on for 2 hours and 10 minutes. And let's see. I don't think there's much more. I think that's a good note to end on. So we're going to go to click out all these things here. And let's see. We'll just we'll end it here. And I want to say thank you as far as going over the people that were here. I appreciate it. I appreciate those that were watching the live broadcast and those that are watching on the replay. And then thank you those people that are listening on the audio pod on Spotify for Creators and all those that's on Spotify and all those other fine social media platforms. And what happened? What happened to the comments? Huh. Well, that's interesting. I lost my comments here, but I think they are. Let me check here. Yeah, I got them right here. Here we go. Here's the comments. I want to say thank you to Tina, our Jersey girl, who was here. Thank you very much for being here. You have a great day. Thank you, Laura, coming in from Southwest Norway. Glad to have you here. And thank you, Tony D., my brother veteran, my good friend and fellow broadcaster. Thank you. Thank you to first-time chatter, Entro Cat. Thank you for being here. Greatly appreciate it. And Thamer, coming in from Riyadh, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you for being here, my friend. Always welcome. And we're going down the list. Big Juice, he finished it out. Big Juice, Steve, coming in from Ohio, the Buckeye State. Thank you for being here. And again, greatly appreciated all you viewers and listeners being here on the Monday morning coffee for this 12/16/2024. I'm Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich. We'll be doing the Tauga radio show tomorrow, and we'll be back Wednesday for the Wednesday morning coffee right here on Rumble Studios, on all our other fine social media live streaming platforms. And I want to just say thank you very much for being here. You all have a great one wherever you may be. Enjoy your Monday as we start a new week, working towards the weekend. And you all have a great one. Live life, have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks.